chapter or so. And I saw that Judy Eberhardt was raising the questions, and that in her Dropbox there was a devotional manual that I guess the women of the church are using, or everybody, I don't know. Now, you may have already answered this, but can she get that manual out of the Dropbox and read it page by, I don't know how many pages it is, but can she get it out anytime she wants and read page after page for the week or for the day? Is that one of the advantages of, is that what you can do with Dropbox?
It's a great way to share files. So if you want to read something on your computer and then go and read it on your, tablet or some other device, it's a great way. She can pull up whatever section she's on both devices. That's the benefit of Dropbox.
Okay.
She can print out the, thing and read it, on paper.
Or read it right on the screen.
Or she can pull it up to that specific day on the screen.
I'll have to get used to that, or try that.
If you're trying to share things with your family, it's a great way to do that, especially during COVID.
A lot of families use it to specifically share pictures.
Oh, okay. You have to give the family or anybody in the group the way of accessing it, though. Is that it? You have to give them the email address to get in. Okay.
Then once you do access it, are you then able to save it to your desktop?
If you when you set up your Dropbox, you can create local or save it on local file, which is what I do. So it's basically another folder on your computer.
Yeah.
Like documents and things.
I didn't know if it would let you do that. Sometimes if it's a protected document, you can read it, but you cannot save it to your.
Yeah, you can save it.
Yeah. Okay.
So if Grace was on her computer, she could then save it, and you would get the updated version.
Okay.
On yours, even though it's saved remotely on the computer. Yes, Connie.
My drop says it's basically full. I mean, I have that in there, and I will take it out. And thanks to you, I have the videos for the Lenten series in there too. So now it's full. But it's about $13 a month to get more memory in there to expand it, which is pretty expensive.
Yes, it's actually a pretty good deal considering cloud storage. But if you're saving videos like the Lenten things, then it eats up your storage. So what I would suggest doing, Connie, is removing that folder, and it's going to clear up space, but then you can
I know.
view it.
Yeah.
So for people like me who pay for the storage can do it, but you can just see the files inside it.
Right.
When you pay for the storage, is that 50 gigabytes?
It's 1 terabyte.
Oh, a terabyte. Oh, wow. That is a deal.
Yeah.
A lot of space.
Pretty much, Connie, if you upgrade your plan, you'll probably most likely never
ever get full.
Actually, it's 2 terabytes. I lied.
Oh my God.
2 terabytes.
You're right. I could never fill it with that.
That's a lot of videos.
You could try.
It's only $10 a month for that. So
is terabyte something like a mosquito bite or a tick?
It's a lot of storage space on your computer.
All right.
That I can understand.
Back when computers were first, in the 1960s through 80s, 1 megabyte or 5 megabytes was a lot.
Yeah.
And so 1,000 megabytes equals a kilobyte, right? And then 1,000 kilobytes is a A gigabyte.
1,000 bytes
Oh, 1,000
is a kilobyte,
kilobyte. There you go.
and then 1,000 kilobytes is a megabyte.
That's it. That's it. And then another 1,000 is
Terabyte.
gig or 1 gig.
Gigabyte.
And then another 1,000 for terabyte. So
It's a lot.
it's a lot compared to what your probably first computer was back whenever it was.
First computer I ever worked on had 8 kilobytes of memory.
Yeah.
Now computers routinely have 8 to 16 gigabytes.
Lynn, I have 2 questions and I don't know if these are appropriate because this is the first time I did this.
Shoot.
So I'll give you the questions and whatever. I'm going to set up a Zoom for CR, Celebrate Recovery. We've been able to manage using 40 minutes. But now we're offering, I'm going to say an advanced CR for somebody who's been around a couple times.
Mhm,
And I need about an hour and a half.
mhm.
And there will be, it'll be co-hosting. So it's me and another person who are co-hosting.
Mhm.
And so here's my questions. All right, but I don't want to get ahead of myself.
You're fine.
If you're co-hosting, can that be on one subscription?
Mhm.
Okay. Is there a limit? Like if I had 2 women and 2 men as potential co-hosts, how does that work?
So I just made you a co-host and I just made Stephen a co-host. So I could potentially make all of you co-hosts. So as the host person, if you hover over the person's face, you'll see 3 dots.
Okay.
And
Oh, yeah.
if you click on that, because you're now a co-host, it will say have different options.
So I can mute somebody
So
now.
you now have muting features. If I made you say the host,
Okay.
then you could then add more co-hosts, I believe. I don't know. As a co-host, do you have features to?
It says mute, stop video, chat. I'm just looking at those little dots.
Mhm.
Pin video, spotlight video, and chat
Okay, so you don't have the ability to add another
as a
co-host.
co-host. Okay. What if I'm not going to be present? Like if I can't make that meeting that night and I want my co-leader to do the inviting
Mhm.
and set it up, do I have to be present? How could that work? Like we're trying not to buy more subscriptions than we need.
Right. So whoever has the paid, account, what they can do is what I do for like the Bible study groups that meet, that I don't have to log in every single time, but they
Okay.
meet anyway.
Right.
Bob knows a bit about this, and so does Connie, because they've had practice doing it. What you do, you create a meeting, but use a passcode versus a waiting room. And then you can let people enter, and whoever wants to be the host that week would have to claim host privileges, which I can't show you because I'm a host for this meeting, but it's super easy. And then each Zoom account has a host key, and they would just type in that host key to the meeting. So does that make sense?
Partial.
Okay.
So should I sign up for a subscription to Zoom?
Does CR have a pay or like budget that you can fund this
Yeah.
out of? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a pretty good budget, so
Okay, good.
Let me ask, why not make it a subset of the Westminster subscription?
That's what I'm wondering, but I was just thinking we have a Bible study that meets Thursday nights, so we can't
Ah,
use it.
Oh, this would be Monday night because this
Monday.
is,
Oh,
this,
and we
see,
have
this is like,
trustees and personnel,
and,
or
Monday
not
night.
personnel, trustees and property.
Okay,
that meet
all right.
Monday.
Well, I'm, that's an idea, but I mean, we're okay with paying for it and everything.
Okay.
So shall I go ahead and just get a Zoom subscription
Yeah.
and
that's
assume
probably
that I
best.
can modify it to
Mhm.
let co-hosts?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
That's my-
it's super easy. If you try it once or twice, then you get the hang of it.
okay,
Um,
all right,
But it's easier when you can log in and try it, as if you were the host that specific day. So
okay, okay.
let me know when you've got that and we'll set up a test for you.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And my second question is how to work a split screen, but maybe I should wait until I get the Zoom.
So you want to screen share? Is that what? you're
Yes, yes,
asking?
yes.
You can do that right now if you want to try it.
Okay.
Easy, easy,
It's
Gail.
super
Easy, okay. all right.
Everyone here has done it, so.
Don't say
It's-
everyone,
it's
because I
Pro
haven't.
about it, and he's not
No.
even here.
no pressure, Gail.
I know, I'm sweating.
Do you see at the bottom of your Zoom, there's a green button that says share screen?
Yep,
If you click that,
okay,
you should get a pop-up screen.
right,
And it has just different options of things you could open. The first one is like your entire screen, or if you just wanted to show, a video, you could choose just that video if it's open on your computer. Or say the internet, if you want to open just the browser. And then just hit that blue share button in the corner.
oh, okay,
And you should be sharing us with whatever's item
Okay.
is selected.
so
Why
if
don't you
I,
try it with us?
okay, all right,
Yeah, go ahead.
so I'm open, and the screen is right there with all of us, but,
Yeah,
and it's highlighted.
Yes, that's the screen. That's your whole desktop that it
So
will share.
if I hit share, I, oops.
There you
You
are.
now
There
see
you
your
are.
computer screen.
You're on.
Oh, okay, because that's what the screen that's open from me getting on with you all, right? Is that
Right.
correct?
Right.
Okay, and then how do I close?
Get
Oh,
out.
your screen sharing, stop share, it says at the top.
Yep.
Right.
Okay, all right,
If you're playing those videos that CR shows, there is a button at the bottom corner that says optimize video and optimize sound. You'll want to make sure those are on.
Click those two little boxes.
oh, yeah, I see, should I click them both right now?
Sure.
Okay. Will they both go at one time?
No, you have to do them individually.
Okay, share computer sound. This is if I'm gonna show as a video.
Mhm.
So I would need. Don't I need both the video and the sound?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, optimize for both.
Oh. Okay, I don't have one, but I just did that
Mm-hmm.
and then I pressed, and if I had a video that was playing right now,
Mm-hmm.
everybody would be seeing that?
Yes, if you pulled it up on YouTube, and you could do that now if you wanted, go to YouTube, pull up a video, or, whatever it's stored, if it's Google Drive or whatever.
That's too
And
much
then we would
pressure,
be
Lynn.
able to
That's
watch
too
it.
much pressure.
Go ahead. You can do it, Gail.
Oh, go to YouTube?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Wait, do I have to get back out of this? Stop the share for a minute?
No,
If
Yeah.
you don't want us to see you going to YouTube,
Yeah.
then yes. It's a little more professional if you're leading a meeting.
Yeah,
If you have the video set up before.
Have it all ready.
right.
Before
I mean,
you-
like, what if Scott was on my computer and he had dancing girls or something like that?
You wouldn't want to share that browser.
Yeah,
All right, I'm not going to do it right now. It makes me nervous. Next week.
Okay, come back. We'll
All right.
take two.
Okay.
Hmm.
Or you can do it at home.
Yeah, I can practice that. I will practice it. I
Practice
actually
it with
think
Scott. Or you can use two computers at home.
he does use my computer, and it just sort of annoys me a little bit, but then I try to get over it, you know.
I'll have a talk with him.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I have a question that my husband wanted me to ask you.
Mhm.
We missed watching the finale of All Creatures Great and Small on PBS. So we said, no problem. You know, we've done this before. I take the laptop and we hook it up to the TV so we can watch it. But as it started, we were saying, oh no, it's doing the buffering thing. And I said, and he remembered what I told him. He said, I know, we got to look for that little cog thingy. And he found it and he lowered the speed, I think he said, and it was fine.
Yeah.
But his question to you is, and this is a bad question because there's no way I can show you. He doesn't know on what show this happened before. It wasn't on PBS, but he couldn't find the cog. He looked and looked and he could not bring up the cog. Is there anything you can do when the buffering is, you know, just, you can't watch it after a while when it's that bad?
If it's a, most platforms have the cog, but not all of them do. YouTube, Hulu, Netflix, all of them do, but not all of them do. The trick that Bob Young has discovered with his Wellington live stream of worship is you could, you know, play the video, like load it, you know, on your computer, but don't actually watch it. Like this is, you have to think ahead, like in an hour, I want to watch this, or after dinner, I want to watch this. What you do is you pull up the video, have it load while you're not watching it, and then go back.
Actually, he has done that a few times, but he just thought it would be so much easier if he could find the cog.
Yes, the
Yeah,
cog,
and that usually works.
Yeah, I'd say 95% of video streaming services offer that now, but sometimes they don't, or it's
Okay.
hard to find. If
Good.
you knew what platform it was on, we could probably investigate where it was.
Yeah, but he couldn't remember and neither could I. And one other thing, last night there was just too much excitement. I was, you know, it was the end of the day and I had my cell phone next to me while we were watching TV, and I got a text from a family member with a little video, and it said, have you seen this? And so I clicked on it and it wanted information for update to Facebook. It was a messenger kind of thing. So I hesitated for a moment, but it was from my daughter-in-law, you know, and I trust her. And I said, well, and she's pretty tech savvy. Well, it turns out, long story short, she had been hacked. And so that got sent to me. And then my niece up in Massachusetts, she said, did you mean to send me this? And it was that same little, you couldn't even see what it was, like a man pushing a car. You could just see the end of it. And she said, I think you might have been hacked. You didn't click on this, did you? And then I get one from a different niece, different family member up in New York. Did you want me to? Oh no, my contact list, everyone is going to be mad at me. I don't know what happened. So I knew the first thing I had to do was change my password. But I looked at my Facebook page, which is practically blank, because like I've told you, I just am on there to take in all these wonderful things that other people post, and they know I'm never going to post anything, but if my name is mentioned in their posts, my pictures are there. But all they know about me is my name and where I live, and that's it. So how this happens, I don't know. But I couldn't find where it said privacy or change password. So I quickly texted my son, who, bless his heart, you know, showed a screen and circled what I was supposed to do step by step. So I quickly stopped that. And then I just notified everybody what happened. So I think I'm okay,
Mhm.
but I'm getting really annoyed with this messenger part of Facebook. I don't like it. My sister sends me too much stuff and it's a cute cartoon or a little video or something that happened in their town. And I thought, why can't she just send that in an email? Would that be safer? Because sometimes she'll send me things, and when I go to open them, it'll say, this is not going to be shown because someone didn't have permission or something like
Mhm.
that. So half the time I'm just writing her back and saying, I didn't even get it. So, you
Mhm.
know, so I told her last night, just don't send me any more of those. What are your feelings, any of you, about Messenger? And is there a good thing about it? Am I
don't
missing something?
No, I think the exact same thing as you.
Okay.
Mhm.
I saw the value of it when Facebook started in 2007, 2010. Now I'm just like, nope, it's turned evil.
It's taking too much time too, you know, to answer all those things. I have plenty of other things to do than catch up with all of that. If it's really important, they'll post it right there on the screen on Facebook and I can look at it or not. I can get an idea of what it is
Mhm.
rather than opening it, because I feel like it's a portal for hackers, which turned up last night.
Mhm.
And the funny thing was, my daughter-in-law never posted anything herself on her Facebook, but that's how they got in. This was the first time, just telling everybody, I'm sorry, I've been hacked, don't open this thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's rough. Not easy.
Nope.
No. But yeah, be very skeptical with those kind of things.
I'm beyond skeptical. I'm like paranoid now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those we just want to like disconnect from everything internet related.
I mean, I know an awful lot more, having come to these meetings, when to be skeptical and what to do. But they keep coming up with new ways to do it.
That's
Mm.
why we
They're too
keep coming
smart.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why we're
Did you guys
hearing
see the Social Dilemma documentary?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for those nightmares. Very effective.
I'm reading a book right now called No Filter. It's about the history of Instagram and the like, you know, how it came, you know, the founders created it and stuff. And it's fascinating to read that and see the parallels of different things and when it gets bought by Facebook and things. It's really interesting. I didn't think it would be all that interesting, but I'm pleasantly surprised. And again, creeped out and horrified at the same time.
I'm impressed you have time to read a book with all you do.
It's an audio book. I listened to it
Oh.
on my walks and car rides.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Any other questions and things?
I have a Zoom question.
Okay.
All right, when Zoom first appeared, I mean, when the pandemic first appeared and I wanted to get on Zoom, I would just do what I do now. I go and click on the link and go in. I never actually downloaded, to my knowledge, the app. But did that actually happen when I started on Zoom? So the app is on my computer. Well, I think it is because I can see a shortcut for it. But because I didn't subscribe to it, I can't be a host or anything, right? I can't set up a meeting. Is that right?
You should be able to.
Oh, really? Okay.
3 minutes.
So had you ever opened the app on your thing?
No, I've never gone that way. I've just always, anybody that wants me to Zoom, they better send me a link because I just click on the link and here I am. So, but I'm wondering.
If you open the Zoom app instead of just clicking the link, there will be a thing that offers you 4 selections: schedule, screen share, join, or go to meeting. And you can schedule a meeting through that.
Oh, okay. And then therefore I'm the host and I have to send out the link to the people that I want to join it. Oh,
when
okay.
you create it, it will have a place where you can copy that information and then you can just paste that into an email.
Okay, and there's no charge for that? That's a freebie thing? Okay, but if you wanted it to go longer than 40 minutes, you have to subscribe and pay money. Is that
Mhm.
it? Okay.
Although there is an option. Bob Young and I are in a book group and we're all freebies. And we go over an hour. So I set it up and I do back-to-back meetings. So we go the 40 minutes and then it goes blank and we all check in then to the second meeting.
You
Oh,
could also use the same meeting over and over again.
You can.
So instead of having two, just everybody gets kicked out and then you log
Oh,
back in the
really?
next day meeting.
Hmm.
and it doesn't have to be from someone else. It's not another host. In other words, you,
It's not going to go, it's 10 o'clock and your meeting was for 9 o'clock, so it's not going to let you in. I know some of you read that newsletter I get that I enjoy, Morning Brew. They were saying in one of their emails this week that they don't have a paid account for their business and they race to see who can be the first one back in after they get kicked out after 40 minutes. So I thought that was entertaining. So you could make a game of it.
well, but how do you get back in though, using the same link if it's set up for a different time that's already passed?
You just log in. It's like if you logged into Tech Time, on Thursday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon.
So it's the same number. It's the same long.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you'll just enter in. There might be no one else in the meeting if you don't.
Okay.
I get people that log into different Westminster meetings all week long when they're not actually meeting. I think people are testing to make sure the link works. So
Well, and does it? I mean, so what do they get when they do that and it's not the right time though?
Says,
You're just
please wait for
alone.
the host to start the
Oh,
meeting.
if
Long wait.
if there's a waiting room, if there's no waiting room, it just puts you in an empty room all by yourself. staring at yourself.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I showed up to a meeting an hour early this week and I'm like, where is everybody?
And it's
Okay.
not even daylight savings time.
I know.
I found something interesting about Zoom also. I have one of the free accounts, and my sister and I, and my wife and I did Christmas together on a Zoom call. It turns out that we were on for like 2 hours and a half,
It was free.
never got kicked out.
Oh,
And it
that's
was
right.
because, from what I understand, it was because there was only two of us, my sister and my wife and I.
No, Zoom made it free for Christmas and I think Thanksgiving, didn't it? Were the two
Yes.
times when they said you
I
could,
know they did Thanksgiving,
took
but I
away the
don't think they did
40-minute limit.
Christmas.
They
Yeah.
just did New Year's Eve on the holidays. They didn't do Christmas for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But if there's just two of you, there's no limit.
Mhm.
That's what I thought I read or heard somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah. If there's just two participants, you can be on it all day.
Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if for a larger meeting, that doesn't do you much good, unfortunately.
yeah, right.
Right.
But that was how we did Christmas this year and Thanksgiving. And it worked out. We
And
opened
Easter,
presents on
or-
Zoom.
Yeah. Other Zoom questions or Dropbox? Anything else?
Zoom. Dropbox.
I
How
know
about-
Stephen offered to show you guys some
yeah.
stuff too this week if you wanted that, but if you guys have other questions. As well.
I have another question, but let's wait and do Stevens, and mine's not that important. If there's time at the end, I'll ask it. Otherwise,
Go ahead.
go for it.
You sure?
Yeah. It's,
Okay. First, let me ask how many PC users are here. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Oh my.
no,
4.
there's at least 4. Yeah, 4.
There's 5, I think, at least, maybe 6.
Oh, okay. So the first question is, why would I want to do this? And I think I mentioned last week, the reason I do it is because most hackers are going to put their, or are going to target the C drive on your computer. If there's another drive, some will look for other drives, but most of them are just going to go to the C drive and either make a change to a system file or threaten to ruin your data. If your data is not on the C drive, they can't ruin your data. So I create what's called a well, the C drive is a partition. I create more partitions on my computer. Moving stuff to them takes a little time after you've created them, but I think it's worth investing the time. It's just a copy and paste. But what you want to do is get things off your C drive, which includes your desktop and your My Documents and your pictures and your videos and your music, because a hacker could cause one or all of those to be unavailable by messing with your C drive. So I'm going to share my screen and show you my machine. I'll bring this up and take this down. Oh.
You shared your browser with us.
Yes, I did. I want to share my whole, well, I don't want to show my whole screen. Oh, yeah, I do. So you guys are minimized. So the first thing you want to do is go to your File Explorer, and we want to go to this PC and see how big is my C drive. So mine started out at 500 gigabytes. And then you're going to want to go into the C drive and users and your account and look at the various sizes of, now see, I don't have anything, so I have no sizes. But you would look at documents and look at the properties and see how much you have. See, I have 7 files in my documents, which were put there by software. I didn't put them there. So only 104,000 bytes are in my documents. But you're going to find, if you only have a C drive, that you have lots of things stored in my documents. You may also have things stored in your desktop, but mine is all shortcuts. The other places that you might want to move to another drive are your pictures, because that's a public file on your C drive. Let me, another place is music, and another place is videos, if you have any videos. So your targeting is how many, or how large are these various folders on your C drive. Once you figure out how much space they take up, you can decide how big your partition is going to be. And as you can see on my PC, I have the C drive, and I have a drive called Media and a drive called Data. Now, this computer is not my main computer. On my main computer, I actually have another partition called Pictures and one called Music. But here, I've kept all the media in one place. And what you'll see is if you add these two together, the sizes, they're going to be half of my entire disk drive, because Windows is a pain in the neck. Windows 10 is a pain in the neck and only lets you make a partition half the size of your drive. And then when you go to make another partition, it's half the size of the second partition that you made, et cetera, et cetera. You can change that. As you see, I have changed it. But the biggest it can be is half of what's left, because it makes the system half of your whole disk drive. Very annoying. So let me unshare my screen for just a minute and see how many of you are actually interested in doing this before I
Maybe,
continue.
Yeah.
maybe.
Maybe.
Interested, yeah.
Okay, it's actually not that difficult. It takes more time to move the data than it does to create the partition.
I think I would have to do some work organizing my files better before I do that.
Most people do have to do that. For me, when I get a computer, I create that partition and all my stuff goes in it from the beginning. But the goal, as I said, is to get things off the C drive so they're not as open a target to being hacked. Go ahead.
My question would be, okay, once my docs are in the partitioned one, and I open something from there, it'll automatically save back to that partition?
Yeah.
Or do I have to make sure I save it to the right place?
No, when you save something, it goes back to where it was.
But like
so-
if you get a new picture or something, you've got to make sure where you save it.
Right, and I'll show you how I managed to do that. What I should show you is, let me bring this back up, and we'll make this smaller. And you'll see, oh, I committed a sin right here. You see this file right here?
Yeah.
That's on my desktop. And it shouldn't be. But most of the other stuff I have, and this I just created to show you something else that might be interesting. Most of what else I have is a shortcut. That's on my desktop too, another sin. But these, the things here are things that can be recreated easily, and I didn't create them, so I'm not going to move them. But you'll see here, this time document is a shortcut. The folder to CVIM is a shortcut. These two documents could be easily created, and these are the access I have to stuff to CVIM. So that's in a special category, but my data is here in my S drive. And my videos that I have. Yeah, a bunch of movies that I was working on for my dad. They're all on the M drive for media. And I did it again.
But so where we saw the document folder up there, that was empty? What you were showing was in the left-hand column. It said documents, but they really weren't documents there, right?
Well, there are pieces of software that
Okay.
default to put things in my documents,
Right, but
but I didn't put anything there.
like if you click on that, what? Okay.
See, I have
all right,
Zoom
gotcha.
puts things there,
Okay,
and
I got
this
you.
this piece of software, Video Pad, puts
Okay.
projects there.
And so if you don't want them there, if you'd rather have them secret, you would have to move them over, right?
You would have to tell the software
Oh,
that the place you want it to put its files is on your other drive.
okay,
This stuff I'm not worried about because I don't know what's in there, and I'm not worried about it because it could be recreated easily. So the first thing I would want to do to protect myself, don't do that. I'm going to go to my control panel, and if you don't know how to get to your control panel, see, I have a shortcut to it on my taskbar, but you can get to your control panel this way. You go down to Windows, Accessories. I lied.
down to
It's actually Windows. I didn't know you
Settings?
could do that. It's actually Windows Administrative Tools. Where the heck is it?
Isn't it under settings? Doesn't that
Oh,
come
that's
up-
one place you could find it. Why can't I find it? It's been so long since I created the shortcut. I don't
Type
remember where I
control
made
panel
the
in your
shortcut.
search box at the bottom.
Yeah, I could do that.
That's
Maybe
easy.
it's under System.
There it is.
There it is. It's under Windows System. So we're going to start Control Panel. If you want to actually make it a shortcut on your taskbar, you would go back there and you right click and you go to More, and it'll say Pinned Taskbar. Mine says Unpinned because it's already there. So the whole point of this is I'm going to go to Programs and Features, and that lists everything that's installed on my system. I'm going to maximize that. Actually, that wasn't worth it because I don't have that much on here. And what I'm going to do is take a screenshot of that, because it has a list of what's installed on the machine. If the machine gets hacked and I have to reinstall, I have a list of what I have to reinstall. So the way I'm going to take the screenshot, your keyboard should have a print screen button.
Hello.
The keyboard should have a print screen button over where the delete and the insert above the arrows. You're going to hit Alt, hold it down, and hit print screen at the same time. And that saves an image of the open window on your screen. If you hit Control print screen, it takes the whole screen.
Thank you.
And then what you're going to do with that is create a document. So I already created a document for this purpose. And you're going to hit Control V, which is paste, and save that screen for later use. And that'll be your list of your programs. A lot of people are going to have to do this twice because the list is so long. So that's the first, and then of course you're going to save that. And right now all you can do is save it to your C drive. So you probably put it in My Documents. But I'm not going to save it because I have it somewhere else. So that's your first step. So now you know if I have to reinstall, here's what I have to reinstall. Now on to creating a partition. That's not what I wanted to do. So what I'm going to do here is go back to Windows Administrative Tools. And I'm going to open Computer Management. And you get a window that looks like this. And I'm going to maximize it so it's easier to read. That didn't help. So let's move it to the middle. And under Computer Management, see there's a list down here that says Storage and Disk Management. So we're going to click on Disk Management. And it shows you what drives you have on your hard drive. So if all you have is a C drive, you're going to have System, and then the whole thing across here will be your C drive. Does that make sense so far? Now, to make a new partition in your C drive, you're going to go click on it, and you're going to say shrink volume. Now, I'm going to do it on my M drive. So I shrink the volume. And let me move this so you can see. This is saying I have 146 gigabytes of space on my M drive. And I can shrink it to 128. I'm sorry, I have 128 gig. See, this is in megabytes. So it's a big number, but you only have to look at the first three numbers or the first two in the case of this drive here. I'm going to tell it my media drive only needs to be 50 of those 149 megabytes. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Space to shrink. So now I'm going to shrink it. And I created a 50 megabyte drive. I'm sorry, I created a 50 megabyte available space. Now, the next step is to create a new simple volume. So I'm going to say, and you get a wizard to do that. I'm going to tell it it's this big. I'm going to leave it that size. And I'm going to call it V for video. Then the next thing I'm going to do is format it and name it. So I can do a quick format. So all of this makes sense?
Over my head.
Huh?
Yeah,
I said it's
come on.
over my head.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
too many steps and I'm not doing it myself. And like I said, I need to get organized, but
Oh. Okay,
that's okay. It's okay.
so I've
When you're
created,
organized, we can do it together.
yes.
Okay.
we can go back and watch this.
So that's going to create the videos drive. And it gives you the settings you set up. You say finish. And now you have a videos drive. And what I'm going to do is go back to the M drive. And take the videos folder, open that up, hit Control A to take everything, cut it, go up 1, go up 2, go to the videos drive, and paste it. Oh my gosh, I made it too small.
I thought that was the case if you were going, I was like, only 50 megabytes for videos.
Yeah. So I made that too small.
It
But
gives you
anyway,
an
We
idea,
get the
though.
picture.
So
yeah,
when
I
you're
should have said 5,000, not 50. That's my problem.
A couple of questions.
Sure.
So what about when I use my external backup drive? Does that automatically back up all these new partitions?
No, you'd have to set it up to do that.
Ooh, okay. And let's see.
Yeah, you'd have to create a backup.
And would all
Um,
those partitions be protected by my virus protection thing? Like,
Yes.
okay. Well, it's worthy thinking about. I'm not sure.
It looks
So
harder than it is.
Well, it looks like it takes a lot of memory. I mean, my head memory to remember to do this and that and the other thing.
Right.
oh, see, I thought you were taking notes.
Oh, I am. No. I mean, once it's there, once it's all set up, you know, I just, it's not transparent, is it? When I want to click on something, I have to figure out which partition I'm in to get it, right?
It's probably more when you save things.
Yeah.
Make sure it goes to the right place.
Or when you download something.
You can change your automatic downloads folder.
Yes,
See, you
yes.
just, okay. Yeah, but it wouldn't always, what I'm downloading wouldn't always go to the same partition.
If
Would
you
it?
wanted to go in different ones, then yes, that would be.
Yeah,
I
but
see,
you
I
can
would-
change it.
I would not be as involved as Stephen with making a video and media and different things. I just make a second one and use
Yeah,
that.
just see
everything.
the original plan on my other computer was just to create a data drive. And that's what I did on my dad's computer, just create
That's all
a
I
data
need.
drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have anything in music. I don't have anything in videos. I forget, what's the other one? I have
Picture.
photos. Yeah, photos. Although, would I still, why would they want my pictures?
it's just that it's on the C drive.
Yeah,
Now your C drive is being backed up.
right.
Some people just don't have an external drive.
Some people don't have what?
Don't have an external drive.
Oh, okay. Well, but now if they were to hack into the pictures somehow on my computer, would that also mess it up on the phone and any place else it is?
Mess it up where?
On my phone?
How
would
do
I-
you think
Depends on how you're sharing them.
Well, I mean, it's through Google Photos. So yeah, it would be
it would
messed
be
up.
cloud-based, so it would be more likely that they would get it through the internet versus your computer.
Yeah,
Google Photos.
Okay.
If that's more disconcerting for you.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna die sometime and then it's just all, who cares?
That's optimistic.
now the other thing you can do is rewatch this video and you'll
Yes.
see.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Look at, I mean, I've been taking notes, but I'm just thinking, okay, this is being recorded, we can watch it.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
Thank you.
Or we can do it together and hold each other's hands.
Yeah.
A lot of math, though. I feel like there's more math involved than that.
Yes, there is math involved. As you can see, 50 megabytes is,
Yeah.
I made a big mistake there. I put my decimal point in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's probably more likely that I would mess up my computer than a hacker would come in and hack it.
Very hard to mess up in a way that you can't take it back, and fix it.
Okay.
Any other
Well,
questions?
what about just making a small partition where I put really important things like tax documents or something like that?
You can do that.
That's more my speed, maybe. Just,
Well, but what's going to happen is if you create a second partition, it's going to want to make it half the size of the other one
Oh, okay,
because it wastes all this space on the system.
okay.
I don't know why Windows does that, but it doesn't let you make this
Oh.
drive smaller.
Oh, see, I thought you meant it wouldn't let you make it any bigger than half. They won't let you make it.
It won't let you make this one, the second one, bigger than half.
Oh, okay, all right. All right. Well,
Because
thank
I
you.
don't need anywhere near this much space on the system drive,
Okay,
but that's what it does.
well,
So,
and then what happens when they come out with Windows 11 or something and it's bigger? Doesn't fit in your, where you.
oh, it'll fit because if you look back at this window. See? 189 gigabytes of 236 free. So you can see how little space
Okay,
the system takes in the space allocated for it. I don't think it's going to outgrow the size of the drive.
okay.
Okay,
Yes, thank you.
sure. Lost a few people.
Oh, man. Well, thank you for showing us.
Sure.
Thank you, Stephen.
Any other questions before we part ways for a week?
No. Thank you, thanks.
Thank you.
Lynn, you
You
too.
all. See you next week.
And can you
All right.
stay on and I'll
Yes, yes.
ask you my question after?